Urgent Need for Wholemate Relationships, Part 2.
I am Kristina Tahel. Here I recapitulate pivotal sections of first principles in direct quotes from Dr. Marc Gafni or Barbara Marx Hubbard, woven together from the prior week's One Mountain, Many Paths broadcast.
The irreducible dignity of every human life is real. Every human being is an irreducible depth of value. No one is outside the circle. There is this new sense. It is a creeping ennui, a pervasive sickness at the heart of society. People experience themselves as living outside the field of value. When we experience ourselves as living outside the field of value, it's not only that human beings who are not in our tribe are not human. No one is actually human anymore. When we attempt to build our world on that false premise, it falls apart. The root of the meta-crisis is the alienated relationship of the parts from the whole. The part is not intimate with the whole. This crisis of intimacy is resolved by a new level of relationship. We call homomorph relationships wholemate relationships or evolutionary relationships. We have infinite value. Humans have an irreducible and intrinsic dignity. In order to re-soul reality, to re-inform reality by value, we get to a point where no one is outside. Value is not the issue. Values is the issue. We are in the field of value in relationship to each other. And the values we hold are emerging from that field. They synergize, they impact each other. We go from polarization to paradox. Value evolves through us, even as it is eternal. We participate in value. If we are not in the intrinsic value in cosmos, then whatever our values are, they don't matter. Values become another form of identity, socially constructed, not intrinsically meaningful. There is the personal crisis of relationship, one crisis. There is the meta-crisis. Both of these are actually crises of intimacy. One is the classical crisis of intimacy between the beloveds, role-mate and soulmate. The second is the global intimacy disorder, the collapse of intimacy between all human beings. The emergence of the wholemate relationship addresses the personal crisis of intimacy and becomes the new first simple rule, a new principle of reality. Wholemate relationships in which both parties are looking together at the larger whole. And we iterate that exponentially to billions of people and couples in the world. Friendships, romantic couples, business partners, entrepreneurial couples, activists. When couples become no longer in a win-lose metrics with each other, but for the sake of the larger whole, and begin to act exponentially for the larger whole across the world, then we have actually changed the source code of reality itself. Wholemate is not, I need you in the old sense, or I won't survive. It is not, I choose you without a ground of choice. It is, I choose to need you. It is the ultimate choice that a person can make, the choice of I choose to need you. It is the ultimate freedom, the ultimate dignity. It is what it means to love. That's the evolution of relationship. The healing always is a renewed, deepened, reconfigured, evolved relationship to the whole in us. We are not just separate self, we are unique self. We are wholeness, and from that wholeness in ourselves, we embrace the larger whole. The extraction model falls away, the exponential growth curves fall away. We've reconfigured reality by reconfiguring humanity. Wholemate, this new model of relationship, when iterated exponentially, heals not only the personal crisis, but completely transforms and explodes into oblivion, the meta crisis.